So a couple of months ago, I announced that my family and I would be stepping away from our current ministry roles in Anchorage and moving to Seattle to pursue some schooling and to pursue some training for the purpose of church planting. And this is a big adventure for us. This is a big faith leap for us. I've never done something like this before. I've lived in Anchorage for 20 years. I've grown up and ministered in the context of my city, my family. I've been a very consistent and stable sort of a person, just kind of by nature. But when I announced that I was going to be doing this was a big leap of faith and very exciting for my family to follow a call that we feel like God put on us. And what happened was, shortly after I made that announcement, I started having people come up to me, person after person, saying things like, boy, I sure wish I could take that leap of faith like you guys are doing. Or I wish I could just step away from my job or my work and kind of follow God's call for my life. I've even had several people send me applications to ministry schools, worship schools, etc., said, hey, I'm following what you're doing. I'm following what God's placed on my heart. I want to leave it all. I'm going to go seek some schooling. I'm going to go pursue ministry. I'm going to go pursue to the ends of the earth what God's calling me to do. And on one hand, that's really exciting. And on the other hand, I wonder if there isn't a little piece of something we should explore a little bit further. See, Hebrews 11 verse 6 says this. It says, without faith, it is impossible to please him. For whoever would draw near to God must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who seek him. See, faith is an absolutely essential part of what it means to follow God. We have to have faith. We have to trust our relationships and our children and our money and our work. We have to trust everything to this God who has called us out of darkness into his marvelous light. But Hebrews 11 then goes on, and I wonder if we don't get a little bit scared. I mean, this list of names that show up in Hebrews 11, we've got Abraham leaving his land. We've got Moses standing up to the Pharaoh. We've got all these prophets and kings and amazing people of God who literally laid down everything in their lives for the sake of faithfully doing what God called them to do. And it can be intimidating. But I just wonder if maybe there isn't a little piece of something that we're missing when it comes to faith. I wonder if we almost could be, we could almost get in trouble of caricaturing what it means to have faith in God. See, our word faith in English is very closely related to the word faithful. And in the New Testament Greek, it's the exact same thing. It's the same exact root word. The idea is evidence or proof or wholehearted devotion to something. That's what it means to have faith in something. And I'm thinking of the difference between Paul and Timothy. In 1 Timothy, Paul writes this letter to Timothy, and he says, listen, while I'm away in Macedonia, I am urging you to remain in Ephesus, to guard this church, to take care of the doctrine, and watch out because there's false teachers and there's wolves who are springing up. See, Paul has one type of faith. Paul has one type of calling on his life where God is sending him to the ends of the earth, to the ends of the earth. And to Timothy, he gives this charge. He says, listen, God's call of faith for you is to stay put and to be faithful where you are. See, the issue isn't, when it comes to faith, the issue isn't whether or not I'm willing to sell all my possessions or leave the city or leave the country or move to, the jungles of the Amazon to go preach the gospel. The issue of faith is obedience to what God's call is for your life. So if God places a call on your life to sell everything and go to ministry school and go plant a church, then you had better do that because that's the faith that God's calling you to. But if God has placed on your life a calling to be a faithful steward in your Ephesus, in wherever it is that you are, then by all means, you have to follow that call of God on your life as well. The issue with faith isn't necessarily risk. The issue with faith is complete submission of your life to God. Without that kind of faith, the scriptures tell us it's impossible to please God. So whether God is calling you to go to the ends of the earth or whether God is calling you to remain in your Ephesus, so to speak, the point is to have faith in God. The point is to have faith in him, the one with whom we can trust our entire lives to.